Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Conquerors of Coultchorn. Now, when we left off, we had finally eliminated our arch-nemesis, the Island Revenants, and just as I was making my way from Swinmore to Esther, I noticed around this area right here that there were another couple of bands of Island Revenants. Can you believe it? Ah, yes, I think you can, because, well, this is rather difficult, isn't it? Okay, so without further ado, let us head into the castle because I would like to try to make ourselves into a vassal of Shearstone. Let's see if that is even possible. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Ah, he's actually the ruler of the Kingdom of Shearstone. Wonderful. So, let's see here. Do you have any... No. We do not want to offer our sword in vassalage. Oh, yes. I would like to do this, though. Maybe. Let's see. You are known as a brave man-at-arms and a fine leader of men. Ah, I am ready. Yes, let us go. Let us do it. There we go. And we are we're currently at war against two different things, and we have been awarded the ownership of Tashkalun. Okay. Well, we're going to be doing this old school, and we're going to be attempting to train as many of their units as we can, because we want them to be giving us the most units possible. Hopefully, the highest level units as well. Where is it? Where is Tashkalun? I'm going to assume that it's somewhere in enemy territory, or... I do not see it. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. That's actually not too bad. That's actually a pretty reasonable place for a village of ours to be, but obviously there's going to be quite a few difficulties on the way there, obviously, if we come across some Island Revenants. Thankfully enough, our village is not right next to the spawn point, I assume is the spawn point of the Island Revenants, because otherwise we would be in for serious amounts of pain. But thankfully enough, we have now come across a couple of mountain rebels. We're going to see what we can do about them. We're going to try and take them out and level up a couple more of our units. I am attempting a slightly different tact with this particular series, and that is, of course, to make it so that we have a lesser army size, but greater unit variety, and in general just being better overall equipment and levels, and obviously managing our money situation relatively well too, because obviously we are going to be in a big spot of bother once we have leveled up quite a few of these units, because obviously we are going to have very, very high level units, and we're not going to be able to sustain ourselves, and well, that's going to be quite the bad thing, isn't it? Yes, quite the bad thing. So let's just see whether we can pull this off a little bit better than beforehand. I'm a little bit worried so far that our marksmen, and indeed our crossbowmen in general, are actually very, very inaccurate. As we could see in some of the previous episodes, they were not very, very good at eliminating people at range, only when they were a little bit closer. And as you can see, they have an overwhelming line of sight against this particular fellow right here, and yet they are unable to eliminate him. So I have to say that I'm a little bit wary of using the Shearstone crossbowmen, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. Now, we do have one unit that is attempting to flee, so let's see if we can try to track him down and bash him over the head with our club. And yes, we were able to do just that. Excellent. Okay, probably not one of the greatest units to knock unconscious, because we do want to try and take as many prisoners as we can, of course. And, oh my, yes, here we go. We're getting some very nice loot nowadays. Now let's head on. I'm going to try to head over to Tashkalun and try to prevent it from being besieged. Now, we must be very, very careful as well, because obviously we are now at war against two different factions. And obviously that is going to pose a great threat to us. So let us try to be a little cautious here. For example, this fellow. Yes, this fellow from the dark blue faction. Going to be a little bit difficult to get around him, or maybe not too difficult. He seems to have quite a few units, so he's going to be moving a lot slower. And, a brigand party. A brigand party with a good amount of prisoners, squire adventurers no less. Let's see if we can actually get into combat with him. Ooh. Ah! Oh! Oh my! That's a new feature. That is a very new feature. As we can see here, Vissarion is recognizing your loyal service as a vassal for just 2 minutes by rewarding you with a Kurget elite armor. That is absolutely fantastic. We have been at his side for many, many years, so rewarding us in this way is obviously what we would come to expect from him. Yes. Okay, so moving swiftly on, let's just take a look here. Oh my! That is fantastic. Wow, that is actually really good. That is really very nice of him. Okay, so what else can we do here? Well, we definitely want to give our companions some good equipment here as well. No shield for this particular fellow just yet, but maybe we'll be able to give... Yeah, it's not going to work. No, it's not going to work anytime soon. Okay, we're going to need to try and get her strength leveled up quite a bit. And, wow, doesn't even have a riding skill. Okay, maybe have to get her some more thrown weapons, I suppose? If she's not going to be using a shield, then more thrown weapons will definitely be the way to go. And let's just see here. 15 strength. Wow, that's impressive. So let's see if we can get a little bit of a better piece of armor on here. Only a little bit. I don't know whether I even want to change it, to be honest. Seems to be relatively similar in every regard right now. Chipped Nordic sword, is that a little bit better than her scimitar? No, not really. Okay, well, what about a horse? Yes, you have riding skill, of course you do. So, let's change her to cavalry, thank you very much. Oh, we have actually leveled up, and we have... Why do we have 83? Oh, it's because we're a vassal now. Oh, excellent. Okay, so there you go. You actually do gain a little bit of company size from being a vassal. I was anticipating that we would be stuck at around 65, maybe 70 units for the majority of this series, but thankfully enough, there's vassalage for you, yes. So, what else can we do, though? What else can we do? Well, I suppose what we can do is begin to level up our charisma a little bit. Like to, obviously, get leadership to around 5, prisoner management to around 5 as well would be great. And this 1 point here is going to be going into athletics. And we'll just continue on from there. That sounds great to me. Okay, so yes, pursuit of the brigand party. Now, this is where a very difficult decision comes in, because I would love to be able to take on this fellow here. He only has 51 units able for battle, 52 total, of course, and, well, it seems to me like he's just going to destroy us completely. He's just absolutely going to destroy us because he has some berserkers, he has some housecarls and various other things that we really do not want to be messing with right now. So I'm just going to be pursuing this fellow for now, and we'll see if we come across anyone that we can take on in due time. We are at war against the Wicklands, so maybe we'll come across someone from their faction. It doesn't look likely, though, I have to say. It does not look likely right now, anyway, because we have now just gone very deep into Shallow Glake territory? Maybe that is how you say it, I have no idea. But nevertheless, let us now head on over here. Get our units down there. No, that's a little bit too far away, isn't it? So we're just going to have to get them here instead. This seems like a pretty good hill as it is, so let's get our archers at the top there. Sounds about right to me. And yes, let's now just get slaughtered, apparently. Yes, let us now just get slaughtered by these regular, terrible units. Yeah. Well, that's just how it goes, isn't it? Oh, yes. Ooh. Now, this is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. An amazing hillside for our crossbowmen to rain down death and destruction upon our opponent. And no doubt we are going to be seeing a huge amount of marksman kills right now, hopefully at least. Let's just see what actually goes down here. As you can see, yeah, there's quite a few marksman kills, and do bear in mind, many of our opponents right now actually do have shields, so there is that to take into account, and they are just getting cut down like nothing else. Absolutely fantastic to actually see that for once, because obviously our crossbowmen have had a pretty rough time of things. They haven't really been able to get very good shots, and we do have a couple of cavalry. Hopefully they will be enough to chase down the stragglers and various other units that are attempting to get away. Oh, actually, only one. No, there appears to be only one. Okay, go on, get him. You gotta get him. Maybe we can knock him out? No, it's not gonna happen anytime soon, is it? Well, we can't actually press tab to eliminate him immediately, so we're just going to have to hope that our cavalry or maybe a crossbowman gets a really good lucky shot. Nope, okay, apparently our companion was lucky enough to catch up to him. Obviously my horse is rather slow as it is injured right now. So there it is, another 5 Squire adventurers. Very nice to see these guys. Obviously we have a lot more space now, so we should be able to very easily take on a couple more units. I do like that. So let us see. Where are we? Okay, so we are... okay. Yep, this actually seems fine. We can probably just head straight on back to our village. I'd like to try to protect it, if at all possible, because I'd like to turn it into a troop farm of sorts. I'd like to be able to make it so that we get a good amount of relation with them, and then obviously be able to get an amazing amount of units each time we go there. And I thought I would take the opportunity to attack these Dagfisk marauders as well. So, let's see what we can do here. Oh my, the blinding snow! Well, let us get ready. Let us get very, very ready up here. I'd like to get our units moving a little bit quicker than beforehand. Now let's see, what are we able to do here? Where are the opponent? Ah, never mind. They are around here, it appears. Yes, there they are. Okay, so we're going to be placing our infantry around here, archers around here. I don't think that will give them a very good angle, but we're going to try nevertheless. We'll see whether we are in fact able to do just that. Maybe? Ah, well, many of the enemy's units do actually have shields, but they are not really using them as much as they could. So maybe we'll be lucky enough to get some really nice shots off here. Obviously, wow, yeah, here we go. The marksmen are actually dealing a good amount of damage now, mainly because I am distracting them and they are facing their shields away from our crossbowmen, of course. So let's just see if we can actually knock some of these guys unconscious. Definitely want to try and take some of these prisoner, if at all possible. So let us now just charge straight on in here, really not needing to do too much else. I'd love to be able to just eliminate these guys as fast as possible. Obviously, these guys do have very big two-handed weapons, which we are going to be very, very wary of. And just like that, for example. Yes, just like that. Really do need to start using a two-handed as well, maybe. Well, whatever the case, we do have our poleaxe here. And unfortunately, it appears as though they are going to be escaping. Oh, no! Here we go. We have one of our cavalry coming in. And hopefully our marksmen will actually be somewhat accurate. They seem to be a little bit less accurate than I would otherwise desire, but hopefully they will eliminate this guy. Okay, this is getting a little silly now. We are chasing after one particular fellow with a huge amount of units and being unable to catch him. Of course it is. Yes, of course that happens. Okay, well, there it is. Thank you for that. We can take a couple of them prisoner. Nothing really to write home about. Ooh! Okay, nothing to write home about that, but obviously we do have some very nice armor here, which is, in my opinion, almost utterly pointless, because even though it is heavy armor, it only gives us +2 to leg armor, and it requires 16 strength. What's up with that? Well, whatever the case, we do get a very nice helm, which we will no doubt be giving to one of our companions, and we'll be taking the rest, and then leaving and heading onward to Tashkolun once again. Maybe we will be there once it has restored itself to its former glory. Maybe we'll be lucky enough to actually get that going. But we are now just going to make sure that we are in a good enough spot to defend it. Ah, there's some more marauders over there, but don't really need to deal with them right now, at least. And they are still looted. Ah, that is unfortunate, isn't it? Ooh. Shall we try taking on those guys? I don't know. We have such an amazing amount of really powerful units right now. I don't know whether we really want to risk it on an unknown party. So I think we're just going to wait here for a little bit. Oh, or maybe not. It appears as though Nikophoros sends word that she wishes you to join her new military campaign. Ah, where it appears our marshal is a female. That is unheard of. That is a fantastic change in my opinion. So let's just head on over to Distar Castle by the looks of things. Okay, why not? Tashkolun might actually take some time to restore itself after all, so we may as well make good use of our time. And we'll head on over there, and we'll try to get Tashkolun's relation up with us a little bit later on. Maybe I'll have to do that off screen a little bit as well. There's some deserters, not really anything I want to bother with right now. Just a squire adventurer in their party, and oh my... Look at this. Oh, there's actually a significant group of enemies spotted near Shearstone as well, so let's hope that they have a plan to defend it, otherwise we are just going to be leaving and, well, probably not coming back to a very good situation. So let's just see here. Can we actually get something going on? Can we? Can I actually see where... Oh, she's actually inside. Okay, so I'm going to head into the Lord's Hall here, and we'll be speaking to her. There we go. Ah, she's the daughter of that particular fellow. Yes, exactly. There we go. Okay, she hates us, actually, by the way. So, yeah, well, not hate, but she dislikes us a little bit. But, yeah, that's not too bad. We can hopefully get her to trust us as time goes on. And, yes, now we are just going to, apparently, be waiting here for some time. So let's see where she's actually going to go now. Okay, so let us see. Accompany her. I have a feeling that Shearstone's going to be fine, though. Because in general, it and many other towns like it do have a huge, and I do mean a huge garrison in defending it, so we shouldn't really have too many difficulties with that. And where are we going to be heading to? That is the question. So we are picking up a good amount of differing vassals here. I really don't want to put all of my units on the line, though, without actually getting Tashkolun up to speed. But it appears as though she wants to speak to us already, so let's speak to her and see what she wants us to do. Okay, I can find you some cattle. Can I find you some cattle? Not particularly. Okay, wait a minute. There's actually a village right here. Maybe we can speak to the village elder and see whether we can... Yeah, no, that's not going to happen anytime soon. We're going to need to raid some villages. So let's go to Olbourbon or Tabandra, I suppose? Where is she heading to, though? Oh, I just know that I'm going to lose her. I am very easily... Wait a minute, did they just enter combat? No, they did not just enter combat. Ah, well, that's a little unfortunate. Maybe we'll get some good combat scenarios in soon enough. There's a non-aggression treaty with the Senegok and Wicklands factions. And we'll now head on to Olbourbon, as I stated beforehand, and we'll see whether we can get some cattle from there. We are obviously going to be raiding it, which is not incredibly happy with that, I have to say. Steel cattle. 7 heads. Okay, yep, that's perfectly fine. We need 6, I believe. Ah, you drive away 3 herds of cattle. Okay, where are the cattle? Ah, there's the cattle. There we go. Okay, drive the cattle onward. Thank you very much. Let's head on over to Tabandra as well. How many do we actually... Yeah, we need 6. Oh, goodness me. Okay, that's probably going to be a little difficult. Ah! Oh, that's a little strange. I don't actually think that that should happen with a village. Maybe it should actually happen with a village. Well, a chamberlain, I suppose. Okay, thank you very much for that. Even though, well, that might actually help us out quite a bit. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, well, we need to take another hostile action right here. Steal cattle. Let's see. Yes, there we go. That's exactly what we need. Let's drive the cattle onward. Now, where do we have to go? Well, that is indeed the problem. Wait a minute, what happened just there? Recent messages. Ostbourne has been besieged. Aha. Whoa, that's all the way up there. That's a very, very courageous move by our marshal. Okay, we're going to see whether that pans out very well. And as a result, I'm going to be ending this episode off here. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.